I love drag so much. I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race when I was in like 5th grade, and I didn't even know what it was or what drag was or anything, but I was just like, oh my gosh, these people are so like flamboyant and extra and shiny, and I love it and I want to be them. One day he was like, oh, I'm just depressed and gay. And I'm like, same. And he was like, and he double checked. And it was like, wait, gay? And I'm like, yeah, girl. And he was like, oh, work. I didn't know. Oh, because I guess I'm very straight passing or whatever, what that means. And also, yeah, uniqueness for sure.
There's something about the Austin scene.
Okay, he asked Gabby. Thank you. Can you believe this? Yes. Drag means to me, what does drag mean to me? I think drag is a community of people who want to love and support each other through some type of art form. Another part of you that you've always been, but maybe haven't had the courage or space and safety to do it in your everyday life.
First tonight, the latest information about the coronavirus outbreak to bring you facts, not fear.
We want to start out by saying there are still no confirmed cases of the illness here in Central Texas.
The University of Texas is extending spring break and moving some classes online. Every single restaurant and bar in the city of Austin must be closed to the public.
For the first time ever, South by Southwest will not go on due to concerns of the coronavirus.
If you live in Travis County and you don't have a face mask, you're going to have to get one.
The stay-at-home orders that was set to expire yesterday has been extended in Travis County.
1,000 new cases and 14 additional deaths from yesterday. In Central Texas, no signs of the virus slowing down either. 52 cases new in Travis County, and now its 7th fatality.
My name is Brendan Wynn.
My name is Taylor Henson.
My name is Carrie Johnson.
My name is Michael Mayato.
COVID-19 became a pandemic in the middle of my senior production course alongside my group mates.
And now, since the coronavirus happened, we had to completely scrap that idea and make it about us and how we're dealing with quarantine and trying to get through this pandemic.
The reason why I'm introducing myself is because we want to showcase how different everything panned out.
If everything had gone the way that it was supposed to, our documentary would have been about community and giving back and caring for the people that care for you. This documentary could have been an amazing group of stories of people understanding themselves and understanding the community that they're in. But because of COVID, that story isn't happening. The story that we are telling is about community in a way, it's just not the same community that we were focusing on.
I've seen a lot of my friends and a lot of people on the internet kind of just going crazy because they have to stay home, but I really enjoy being home. I'm not bored, I'm not lonely, I'm not going crazy. Planting helps keep your mind busy and keep your mind off of what's happening, keep my mind off of not having a graduation and not getting to pursue the original idea of my documentary, not getting to hang out with my friends. I thought about this. I was pretty upset when graduation was postponed. I'm pretty sure they're gonna cancel it. because I don't get that moment. You know, I don't get to walk for my bachelor's. But as time went on, I guess 2 weeks, I thought about it. I felt like I was grieving over a privileged thing. There's just so much more to worry about than canceled plans. And once I really got that perspective, I started coping with what's happening better. It's obviously terrible what's happening, but you just gotta stay positive.
Having to restructure our doc, having to finish my senior year of college online, having to kind of navigate my way through this whole pandemic hasn't been too overwhelming for me. Luckily, I'm able to be here quarantined with my family, so I've been able to keep my spirits up and not get too overwhelmed with everything that's going on. I'm struggling with what to say around here because I'm horrible. I'm the worst interviewee ever, and then having to do it myself, I'm so uncomfortable.
It adds layers to it.
I think you at least, did you talk about how you were uncomfortable interviewing yourself?
No, because
You
that
should
makes me
talk
more
about that.
uncomfortable.
Then you should do it. You should just say like, what you're saying to us right now.
I look like, y'all,
Say
it
to
took
yourself.
me forever to get something that looked like I wasn't a robot.
There, that Demogorgon is loud.
Yeah, he do be loud. Ooh. Where'd he put it? I don't think he finished putting it down.
I'm going to try to get the one.
Oh, yes, he did. The idea for the documentary actually first came to me about 2 years ago. I wanted to convince them that we could do something this insane, this taxing, while, you know, we also had jobs and other classes. And I couldn't be more thankful that they were not only trusting in me, but trusting in the idea that we could do it. We got one amazing shoot down in Austin, Texas. We got to meet up with my good friends, Gabby and Chris, who were going to be two of the main subjects of our documentary. As it became more obvious that we weren't going to be able to do this documentary, I remember having to call them and tell them, hey, thank you so much for letting us come down for this weekend, but this documentary just isn't going to happen.
Can we start with rowing? That's the one that thrills me the most right now. I don't see one. Are you ready? All right, this is rowing with an excavator. Back towards shore.
I'm transgender, which is why my name is Michael, but I sound and look like this. I very recently got on testosterone, which is amazing. We were at an event called Drag Out the Vote. Amazing event. It was made by the community for the community to tell and encourage those around them to vote. It felt like the entire event was just such a pure and clear example of everything we wanted to capture.
I went to go pick up my prescription yesterday, and I got to drive, and I got to see people in their cars, and it gave me some sense of excitement, because that's how, like, purely isolated, besides seeing my parents. I mean, I am in the best location to self-quarantine. You know, I'm in my parents' house. We cook a lot, we plant our herbs. We try to keep our minds occupied, and I'm still feeling low.
My dad, he got tested so he could come here and see us, and he didn't want to come, you know, and he owns an oil field company, so he's like around so many people, and he's been around them, and so he's like, I'm gonna get tested. He called me, he was like, I was crying. That thing had me in tears.
They go deep.
Touched my brain, I think. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, like a girl described it and said it was like they pulled her brain out through her nose. Yeah, they go.
Like,
that's how far back they had to reach.
You know, it's been really hard to want to create something that is just a reminder of what you lost. You know, I do feel loss. There wasn't a day that went by that I wasn't incredibly thankful and excited to get to tell the story that we were.
But the reason why we are still making this documentary is just to showcase how our lives planned out, showcase what could have been. Although our community documentary was scratched, we still have made this into some sense of community together because we're all going through the same thing. I just can't believe it ends like this, alone. I can't believe it ends like this.
We've all been quarantining for 8-10 weeks now, so we felt it was by all means safe to do this. There was no way anyone could see a global pandemic coming into play. What did you take away from it?
I haven't seen my mom in 6 months, which is very rare for us. But it was important to me, and I kind of realized, like, oh, I do love my family, do love spending time with them. I kind of take all the other times that we hang out for granted. So it was kind of nice to me to, realize that, as well as realizing, oh, I took school for granted too. I'd give anything to go to class one more time and be like, oh, this is my last day of class. I'm gonna leave class with all my friends for the last time and stuff like that. Just, I guess, things that I've taken for granted before all this happened.
And I'm just a positive person in general, but I tried to make the best out of it in a sense that I'm kind of planning my life around it. After graduation, I've decided to move home and hopefully get my master's at home online. That would not have been an option for me 4 years ago. That would have been pity 4 years ago. That's something that I would not even think about doing. But now, I think that's how the world is going to be of university, of school. I think everything is going to be online, and I think I'm just kind of taking this opportunity just to be at home and to get more education like I've wanted to get.
I'm just accepting of it now. You know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And people lost a lot worse than we did.
Yeah.
And they'll continue to.
It made me feel like a selfish person to say, I'm so sad about what could have happened.
I don't think it's selfish to say, I'm sad that I missed out on this opportunity to do something that I'll never get to do again.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to have that perspective of this entire situation is larger than this thing that I wanted to do.
In the same way that like different things can be celebrated, different things can also be mourned. And I don't think that it's taking away from another thing to have the same feeling about a different thing.
Yeah.
More
It's not a
important.
competition.
Yeah, it's not a competition. You feel sad about something, let that be a thing, you know?
I'm gonna miss you guys a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna miss y'all too.
We were just so stoked about it too. We knew that this was about to be really good, and we were about to like have so much fun doing this, and it was about to be so much work, but we all wanted to do it, and we were just put in a really well-rounded group, you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna really miss you.
I think we can be done.
I think we're done.
Group hug! Group hug!
Wait, don't turn it off. Get in here.